Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. This is the Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast.
All right, so I want to sort of cover a few topics tonight. Again, we'll stick with the half hour. I want to let you guys know of something that is going on within the community that we've got as well. And just discuss, I'll bring this up again shortly when we've got more people in the room, just so everyone's up on that. But I just want to discuss what your plan is. You know, crypto, everyone seems to expect that the market's going to go up like it did like it did in October, November, December. Now, what if it doesn't for a while? You know, I strongly believe that we will see moves again, very good moves again. But, what if it takes 18 months? What's your plan B? So I want to discuss what your plan B is, if you've got one, and what some options for a plan B is. That's better. And what was the other one? Oh, yeah. Who's been through something like this before? So just to sort of, I guess, open the floor with, you can share experiences. Some people haven't been through hard times like this. I've been trading and investing for quite a while, and probably like from, when was I? 15 or 16 years old when I made my first investment. I felt pain continuously. It's part of being an investor. It's part of being a trader. But more so investing, especially. I know that not everybody who's going to be on this chat or who's watching this, I know not everybody is going to be trading. So trade is the way we heard is by having drawdowns. Invest is the way they heard is by just not having any upward momentum, but also more importantly, people that have expectations that outweigh reality. And when expectations and reality don't come and meet in the middle, we tend to see some big disappointment, emotion, irrational thinking, and people can really have some tough mental health issues around that. And Alex covered that today with somebody who spoke with. I haven't watched it yet, but I plan on doing it because I'm fascinated in the psychology of trading, and that's typically where I spend my money is, the therapists that I've got a therapist as well. I spend money on working on me, being the better version of me, the best I can be. We all make mistakes. I'm certainly got a long way to go, but if anyone who's done my courses, you can sort of attest to the fact that a lot of it is about personal development as much as it is about trading development. You need to be in a clear state of mind to make the right decisions. You need to make sure that you're in the position where you can consistently think the same. So checklists are great, but what if one day you feel fantastic, the next day you feel down? You're going to read that checklist differently. If one day you're enraged and one day you're really happy, again, you're going to read things differently. So everything's about consistency, and it's hard to be consistent. It's hard to be consistently on point. It can be real tough, especially when you're feeling down. And I know that very, very well. I suffer from a thing called chronic fatigue syndrome. I'm getting better now, but for sort of 18 months, a bit more than 18 months, I have days, like for example, this afternoon, I went and had a little lay down because it just sucks the energy out of me. So that can be really hard to deal with. So it can be really hard to deal with that sort of stuff. So you're not alone. We all have these hard times. We all go through it. So I want to go into that. How long have I been bald for? It needs to be answered then. 27, I chopped it all off. I'm 34 now. Now you know. All right. So the other one, yeah. So have you felt the pain of a downturn before? And what have you done to deal with that? Also, what is your plan B? So does anyone have a plan B? For a start, let's do this, right? I want to know who is trading and who is not. Just type yes or no into the comment section. I want to know who is trading, who is not trading, because trading, it doesn't necessarily need to be a plan B. I think it should be a part of a plan. Now, some people, don't be hard on yourself again. Some people don't feel that they are adjusted for trading, and that's okay. I've got no beef with that, no issue. But it's definitely something that you should be consider. Bryce said, plan B, focus on becoming a better trader while saving more cash on the sidelines so I can be a turkey on steroids next bull run. Me too. Don't think about going bald, Muhammad. Just do it. Or Mahmoud. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Okay, many people are saying trading, holding bags as well. That's fine. I agree. Working full-time, trading part-time, I want to swap those around. Yep, good goal. You're there, Adam. I know you're working hard at that, mate. That's what I did. Takes a bit of time. Do you recall your best trade and worst trade, and what did you learn from each that stuck with you? That's a great question. I can remember my best trade, absolutely. It was dollar CAD. It was I'd stalked it for, when I say stalk, I mean I was waiting for this trade for a long time. I stalked this trade for about 3 or 4 weeks, very similar to the Ripple trade that I didn't get to take because I wasn't well. But I stalked it for 3 to 4 weeks. It was dollar CAD. It was 2013, I think, 13, 14, something like that, a few years back. And it was off parity, which is 1-to-1. So dollar CAD, US dollar crossed with CAD, Canadian dollar, which just went 1.00000. Now, there was a Fibonacci booster trade off of that parity level and a double cluster of Fibonacci. I waited and I didn't know I was going to get that trade, but I waited so long to get the trade or to take a trade. I felt fantastic when it did offer me the setup. The setup came, I got filled, and it stopped me out. I made a loss. But that was my best trade as far as there could not have been. And that taught me, it's such a valuable lesson. It taught me, and look, I've got, I think it's in Market View. I've got a video on my top 10 trades and how to record that. And everyone should record the top 10 trades and continue to add to that because it helps to bring you back to a place where, if you're not trading really, really well, I'm so dry, so westerly winds and dry here. Sorry. That's why I'm wearing a big jacket. It's freezing here in Sydney. Well, freezing for Sydney anyway. So having the top 10 trades that you can go back and look at is really, really good because what it actually does, not if, but when you go through a period where you're not getting the results you were after, you're not trading so well, you can go back to that period and you can, like recalling that story. When you were asking that, Glenn, recalling that story reminds me, it brings back a lot of feeling, a lot of thought, a lot of emotion, and a lot of lessons. That lesson for me was that, you can have the best setup in the world and it doesn't mean it's going to win. So what that taught me was, stick to the plan. Don't think, because people go, some trades look better, so therefore should you risk more? The answer is no, because you just don't know when what one's going to be profitable, what one's not going to be profitable. The best trade in the world, it could have all the essentials, all the bonus factors, all ticked. It doesn't mean it's going to be a profitable trade. And then one of the trades you go, yeah, okay, it fits the essentials. It's just a trade. It fits the rules, but it's by no stretch of the imagination something that's like, wow, look at this. That can go on to be a very profitable trade. So you just don't know. That's the lesson that I took away from that. Worst trade? I don't think let me think. I can't recall the worst trade. It would have been risking far too much. I remember the worst period of trading. I don't remember the start of what year. It might have been 2000 and I think it might have been the start of 2010. 2009 had been a good year because at the start of it might have been start of 2009 because I did really well during the GFC when I was in London. And I thought to myself, like a New Year's resolution type thing, if I just risk 3% per trade, then, Jesus, the amount of money that I'm going to make is going to be 3 times as much. Why don't I just do that? If I'm uniform 3% across everything, then my results will carry over and it will just be 3 times as much. Sure, the drawdowns will be 3 times as big, but I've had a good year. I'm consistent. I know what I'm doing. Well, January was a pretty bad month. I ended up taking a couple of months to get all of it back. Because I went back to 1%. So just silly mistakes. What do you think about the range Bitcoin is in? Do you think big accounts are manipulating? Oh, look, it's highly possible. I see a lot of chat about that. It's not something that factors into my decision making because half the time we don't know anyway. People make, they comment on it a lot. I see it's a fascination. And for me, to be absolutely honest, it's like, I don't know, it's a waste of your time. It's a complete, like, don't go looking for that sort of stuff. Like, if you're going to spend time looking at order books, at least be learning something positive. Like, at least learn what to do, as opposed to like going, oh, there's a big buy wall. Who cares? So what? What does that mean? It means nothing. Absolutely nothing. If somebody's manipulating the market, you don't know it anyway. So what's the point of thinking about it? What are your choices? Sit out and do nothing? Well, if that's your choices, get off Facebook. Stop typing about it. Go and live your life. It's not going to help. I couldn't give two shits, to be honest with you, about order books. I never look at them. I look at charts because I can tell if a book's thin by a chart. Manipulation, it happens in all markets. Sure, it happens here. It's part of life. But it's not going to affect my decisions. It's not going to affect my bank account. So I don't even bother with it. Copping flack at work by crypto knockers. Don't worry. Trust me. I've come from traditional markets and trading in traditional markets and property and all sorts of different areas. Can you imagine the flack that I've caught? I'm a public figure now. It's bizarre, but people people know who I am and what I'm doing. Who cares? Who cares? Look at Elon Musk. There's been a piece come out recently about him getting bullied and all the stuff that people say. Everyone who's a dreamer, everyone who's doing something always gets told they're stupid. Who just add another log to the fire. Who gives a shit? We're better than that. But I know what it feels like, but just try and, your skin gets pretty thick after a while. Yeah, coin tracking. Good luck with that one. Have fun. Thoughts on Gemini and USA banning together for better regulations with exchanges? If done well, will the rest follow? I haven't actually looked into that too much, Gary. I'll be honest with you. That's why I can't really comment on that. My worst trade at the time was Bitcoin BTCC. Thursday night, Sydney. No, I don't think so, GT. Not that I'm aware of, but I'll check tomorrow with my team. What? Piss off. Can you tell us the biggest TA differences between stocks and crypto? Was there anything you had to adjust? People seem to always argue with me that there's no point doing TA in crypto because of the volatility manipulation. Good question. You know how much I've changed? Nothing. For me, Paul, the strategies that I watched for 2 months before I actually traded and put physical money in. The things that have had to change is I've had to slow things down in the sense that TradingView sucks. Okay, I know that we love it. I know that we use it. TradingView sucks. BitMEX sucks. Bitfinex sucks. There is not a single crypto platform for traders that is good. They are all terrible. That goes from the charts to the orders to the risk management to absolutely everything. They're hideous. They're pathetic. They're useless. I cannot stomp on their faces enough. Very violent, I know. But I am trying to find ways to fix that. So there you go. There's something on that. So for me, nothing has changed at all, but that's because these are pretty robust. People go, why have you only got 3 strategies? But why do I need to have more? When you find something that works, people that drive their same, old Commodore for their whole life, what if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, these strategies have done me very well. I started trading FTSE 350 equities, end of day stock trading. Then I went into index trading. Then I went into Forex trading. Then I went into, bugger it, I'll do everything because I do it full time now. And they've worked across every market. Human nature is the same. Patterns repeat themselves. There's been nothing that I've changed whatsoever. I jumped in on December, just gone now, and I have to hold those, but I've learnt the hard way, and now I'm happy to make 5 to 15% on swing trading. I guess the best way to learn is from your mistakes, but I'm crypto for the long haul. Yeah, I agree, mate. The only way to learn is through your mistakes. I'm in it for the long haul too. The difference, I think, is that, from my point of view, and this is not to say anybody out there who's got different methods to me isn't good, not at all. I think the difference between me and a lot of people in this space is I can certainly, if crypto disappears tomorrow, which is not, I can't see it happening, I can still go back to other markets and make my money. This market just makes my results way better. because it moves so much more. I can still go back to FX, I can go back to commodities, I can go back to stocks. I'll still make money trading. It just won't be at anywhere near the pace. This is a great market to trade. It makes, honestly, if you're going to learn to trade, you couldn't be in a better market to learn, because you can have, one trade out of 5 that wins, and that one trade might just pull back the loss on the 5 or the 4 other crap ones that lost you. That's the power of the volatility here. And it's a great, it really makes some, the point at which you become profitable in traditional markets, you've got to be very good, consistently very, very good. In this market, you don't need to be as good. And no offense to the people that are in the Trader Cobb community, but I've seen how fast you guys have picked things up and how fast you're making good trades and making good money. Now, I'm not going to claim that as because of my teaching. Of course, there's some of that. I do understand that the strategies are good, and it appears that I've sort of explained them and taught them well in the courses. So I will take some credit for helping. But the fact is that the market helps people that help themselves. The market makes somebody who would take maybe 12 to 18 months to get profitable consistently and to get good returns. It just brings that forward a lot quicker. And I'm seeing people in my group that are saying that they're going full time, and it's there's a lot of stuff going on, and it just seems to be happening a lot quicker. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. It's my proudest. It's my proudest creation of all this stuff that I've done in crypto is that community. Speaking of which, for those of you who want to know. So basically what is it? The Trader Cobb community, just a quick 2 seconds, it's like a Slack group. You get daily videos, you get, the group in there chatting, yada, yada, yada. It's the people that have done the courses already because it's a dedicated channel. But for those of you who are not aware and haven't got the email, haven't checked your email yet, we now have an addition to that where you send your trades into an email address, and each week or 2 weeks, depending on how many trades come through, I will go through and critique those trades, so you'll actually get to ask your questions about specific trades. You got to go to your emails, check it, because it shows you all the what you've got to do. But I wanted to try and help you guys come up to speed a bit more quicker. There'll be archives, so you can go and learn from other people's trades as well. So even if you haven't posted trades in, you can still go and watch it, still see the questions and the answers that I give, and it should help to speed that group up a bit more and help even more. So yeah. Okay, let's carry on. Craig, I have a few more plans I want to stick by for my own financial security. My question to you is, did you ever need to capitulate and sell out of the market at any point to secure the funds you had left? No, but more for me, more of my money's been tied up in trading than investing over the years. So I tend to keep a larger amount in accounts for trading. So I have bigger volumes on trades. That's sort of how I lent. I don't know if you call it a specialty, but my thing was buying small cap mining stocks. I did pretty well from that. So I never had to sell to get my money out. But in saying that, I probably should have a few times, because some of them are worth nada. So you can do. I mean, you just got to know why you're doing it, and understand the circumstances. It's a hard one. What would you do if your portfolio is down over 75%? A dance? I'm not sure. Consider my options. It's reality. These things happen. Manipulation. The bots will operate faster than you can think anyway, so don't stress it. Yep, just leave it alone. Cry a little early, reevaluate, then be thankful you're not down 95%. GT, what do you think of the current record high shorts of Bitcoin? Do you ever trade these situations? No, again, that's something that I don't take into account at all. I hear all this talk of squeezes. Again, I don't. I'm not an expert in that. I don't care. I don't look at it. Not at all. What's your view on DigiByte? It was in a cracking trend earlier in the year. I remember looking at that. What was it? Maybe even through June, July. Don't forget that my expertise is in trading. It's not in the fundamentals. So other than that, I don't know. Nathan, I love you, Cobb. In regards to long-term holds, seems like a good time to add to them, yet you could say about any token coin. So do you allocate percentage of profit to add to those long-term positions? I've got money on the sidelines. I do have some money on the sidelines, and I have added to some bags. It just comes down to your appetite for risk. Do you have surplus capital? As far as trading profits, do you have enough trading profits that you can afford to put it into other projects? Is that what you want to do? How much exposure have you got to crypto? There are more than one ways to make money. Crypto is, a lot of people get really emotional about crypto because I think because everyone likes a lotto ticket. You know what I mean? Everyone wants to get rich quick, and crypto did that for a lot of people last year. Now it's not happening this year, so they throw their toys out of the pram. They throw their toys out of the pram a little bit. If you're in a fortunate position, you're doing well from crypto, I would suggest you look at other ways to make money online as well. There's ways to buy businesses and build businesses, and there's all sorts of different things to do. Trading is something that is quite it requires a certain level of expertise, but I can tell you it is a business in its own right. Even if you trade crypto, just crypto, who cares? It doesn't matter. You can go and trade FX if you want to, but crypto is a place to be. Trading and investing for me are two different businesses, and I like that. And then there's the Trader Cobb, what I'm doing now with you guys, that's a separate business too. So I think, whatever suits you is fine, but always come back to your risk. Do you have money aside for a rainy day? Do you have a job that can sustain you? What is it to you is what's really important then. When you started out, how hard was it to maintain a positive mindset? It wasn't very hard at all because I was super pumped. I was so excited that I was finally doing the thing I wanted to be doing. I was working too. I was single. I had no girlfriend. I had no kids. I had no responsibility. I was in London by myself as a single dude. I didn't have too much to worry about. I could lose everything 6 times and still be happy. So when I started out, I was in a very different position to where I'm at now, in the sense that, I had nothing and probably had bigger smiles because I had lots of things going on that weren't trading related. Top man, I couldn't trade at all. Did your course and apply rules, doing okay. Couldn't trade at all. Sorry. Top man, couldn't trade at all. Did your course and apply rules as he taught, doing okay. Thanks. Take your time, mate. It will come. Sounds like I need to look into these courses. Gary, get into it, mate. Have a look. Thank you for sharing this. One of the best live chat series. Really appreciate it. Thanks, David. Appreciate that. Cheers, Chris. What else we got? Always a pleasure seeing that big, bald, beautiful head on my... I got to stop reading these things out immediately. Can I make gains trading if I do a bit here and there as a hobby, or should I stick to just DCA? What's DCA? No, I can't wait. Someone can tell me what DCA means. I know what I'm going to see now. The comments are going to light up. I don't have the time to keep an eye on the charts every day. Hey, that's fine. Don't worry. I use this saying very, very often. It's the first motivational book I read when I was 15 by Zig Ziglar, who's now passed. I got to see him live when I was 15. He says, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. Now, you can apply that to anything. You don't need to trade full time. I mean, if there's anybody here who's in my community at the moment who's trading, who's not doing it full time, who does work full time, who doesn't have a lot of time, let this guy know. Sorry, what was it? Daniel. Yeah, let Daniel know, because this market is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't need to have a lot of time. You do need to have focus. You've got to use the time you have effectively and efficiently, and we try and cover that when I'm teaching people, because it's I don't go to the markets, put it this way, I don't go to the markets looking for trades. All right. I don't go looking for trades. I go to the market and go, do I have anything that fits what I am willing to take? Different mindset. Looking for trades, you'll find trades. They'll be shit. You won't always find good trades. Having the perspective of, every single time I look at a chart, I'm looking for reasons to eliminate that. Now, if you do a breakdown of elimination, you're going to get to a point where you go, I cannot ignore this. That's the one you're going to trade. So whether you've got all the time in the world or a little bit of the time in the world, for example, for me, I typically look to trade. My favorite time frames are the higher time frames, going from 4 hour, 8 hour, 12, 16 daily. I like those time frames. Why? Because I'm busy. And to be honest with you, when I started, I wasn't like that. And I'm not saying that everybody should be like me, not at all. You got to find the style that works for you. But now that I've been doing it for long enough, it means less trades on means, less monitoring of the trades, less screenshots of the trades, less shit from my accountant, less reporting. So for me, less is more. But I do look for the higher probability, higher reward type trades. I've morphed into that sort of a trader. So you don't have to have all the time in the world. You just need to allocate your time correctly. You need to be efficient, and you need to be precise. And that's what the whole idea of the rules are. Bring on back, and something comes of it. Well, you wait and see what we got in the pipeline. I can't say too much yet. Did you trade with shorts, bro? Do I trade with shorts? In summer, I certainly do. Was that the answer? I do short, if that's another way of phrasing that question. I absolutely do short. Most of the trades this year have been shorts. Your go-to method for withdrawing Bitfinex to Aussie bank account. The last thing you want to do after making profits is to lose it to fees. Yes. Honestly, I haven't really pulled any money out. I'm happy to build. I'm happy to sit back. I move it around. I also have some accounts with traditional platforms. For my bigger trades, I'll be with some of the other platforms because I know that I can trust leaving a decent amount of money there. I know that the fills will be good. I know certain things that make me I feel trusting towards those. And also it's a CFD, or a contract for difference, which is a derivative written off the underlying asset class, which means the fees I don't have to go back to Bitcoin, I go back into Australian dollars with my profits. So that can be a way around it too. Do I cost everything? Did I maybe miss a question there? Maybe not. Do you find you get stopped out a lot more trading crypto over trading other markets? No. Nope. It's there's not really been, the only difference between this crypto market and other markets is the bigger moves. I haven't seen anything really other than the upside change. That's why I like it. There's not much else other than the upside that's actually changed. G'day, Mole. Dollar cost averaging. That's what the DCA was. Got it. Learning something new. Just wondering where you get your eyebrows done. Mother Nature. Same way as I get my jeans. I work full-time and I still trade consistently using Cobb's methods. If you want to do it, you'll make the time. There is 24 hours in a day and crypto is open for all of them. High five, Jake. Lee, there are a few of us who work full-time, Daniel, who have done the courses. I'm one of them. And Lee's good. Lee is killing it. Lee, perfect example of what you can achieve if you follow the rules. If you follow what I do, word for word. Caught up with a beer from him in Melbourne last time. He literally had the checklist laminated in his bag with him. Dedication. Well done, mate. Sometimes it's hard. What have you missed, Rick? You've missed so much, mate. You've. Sorry, man. You've missed it. Sometimes it's hard to take profits when you know it could be a long-term hold. I guess that comes under not getting emotional, having a strategy. Yeah, of course. Minimize your risk as well. Lock in some profits along the way. Take the emotion out and have a structured approach is really important. I'm going to zoom through some more of these questions before time is up. ETB Bitcoin Cradle just stopped out for my information. Okay. It was looking a bit heavy. It had a good start, but it started to get heavier as Bitcoin started to have a little run up. That's all right. I didn't get much of a fill on that. For some reason, around the entry price, I think most of the guys and girls in the community had the same issue. A little tiny bit of fill. There wasn't big orders there. Is it possible to do positive things with little initial investment? Anne or Annie, this is the market for that. This is the market for that. How many people put $100 into Bitcoin in 2009? Now they're gazillionaires flying around the world in yachts. Flying around the world in yachts. Look, again, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. You can start small. Everyone starts small. If you can't make money on $1,000 trading, you're not going to make much money on $1 million trading. It's the skill set that's important. It's not the money. The money comes after the skill is learnt. The skill is what's there. Which bank in Malta do you send it to? Not answering that. You asked what DAC was. Yep, got it. Thank you. What are your thoughts about pineapple on pizza? It's a dead set winner. I've laminated versions 2 at home. Good work. Don't dog the boys, Cobb. You're right, Rick. It's been recorded. You'll be fine, mate. There's a bit in this one. Checklists on front, example chart and back. Yep, Bingo. Well done. That's perfect. When's this surprise that you can't talk about coming up? Look, Gary, we're waiting to hear back from this company. Basically, we're looking to work with a exchange, which will basically be a broker. I'm going to get to create not just, and we've got to hear back from this, but not just the order systems I want. So it's easy as pie to manage your risk with entry, stops, and targets. Yep. All in one order, maybe even multiple targets if I can get my way completely. I'm also going to try and get a desktop downloadable proper charting software that can extend across all of your screens, not just one stinking screen like stinking chart or trading view, a proper trading platform for professional traders for you and selfishly for me. At the moment, we are negotiating. We're looking at hearing back from these guys, but effectively, I'm going to get to create or be a part of creating exactly what I want for me and for you, which means it's going to not only be great for us for our trading, but it means it's a way to bring some traditional traders into the space as well, bring the volatility up, bring the volume up on this particular exchange so that we've got fills that we are going to be happy with. We're looking at margined projects or products, maybe the top 10 to 20 against US dollar and Bitcoin to kick off and then to grow from there. So I'm working hard with my team. It's not just me. And we are hoping to have something to bring to you. Look, it's a lot of work behind it. So as far as a timeline, I'm not 100% sure, but we are, like I say, I'm not here for the short term. I'm here for the long term. And this is something that I'm very, very passionate about. And we need to have the orders. It's as simple as that. We need to have the software. It's as simple as that. And as I began with at the start of this, the charts suck. The platforms suck. The orders suck. BitMEX, you suck. You're going to be beaten. Here we come. So I'm working on that. Tell you more when I can. Just tell me straight at you and Nuggets bullish. I'm not bullish. No reason to be bullish right now. Not me. No way. But I read charts. There's nothing bullish on the Bitcoin chart right now. No worries. And what course from your selection would you recommend people learn first? Whatever works for you, man. Minimum bronze, because it covers everything. You got lifetime memberships, whether it be, you just you work out what works for you. Go through all of them. There's little videos on each of them. If you can get in the community, that's a really good spot to be because there's a huge amount of support and help in there. But at a minimum bronze. Do you believe a hot dog is a sandwich? Look, I don't know if I can handle that right now. I'm not quite sure. I'm stumped. Middle stump. What's your thoughts about OneCoin? I've got no idea. If I ate my... Chris, when you find out, tell me. All right, guys, do you think shorts versus longs ratio should be noted? I don't note it at all. I keep it very simple, very straightforward, very clear on the charts, and I don't care at all. But, guys, I tell you what, we've done this. We've gone 5 minutes over. When do you think we'd hit sub 3,000? Don't know. Not predicting that. We've got support there. We've got things to hold us up. There's nothing indicating anything bullish or bearish right now. It's a consolidation that's sideways. I'm looking at other markets, some great shorting opportunities starting to set up across the market. But for the time being, I believe if I've been stopped out of that other trade, I believe I will be flat once again, i.e. no trades on for the time being. And I am good with that. I got no problem not being in the market. I don't suffer from FOMO. I'm a trader. I'm an investor. I'm a business person. I'm here to do one thing, make money. And whilst I've not got any risk in the market, well, that makes me happy too. One less thing to worry about. So, guys, thanks for your time. Again, you think about your plan B. If you're not trading right now, you need to start considering what options you've got available to you. Either have a go yourself, which is, if you are, trade rule lightly, very small volumes. Otherwise, go and check out what I do. I do this for a living. I've been doing it for a living for a long time. Apparently, I'm good at teaching people. Go and have a look, get your hands dirty, and commit yourself to maybe stretching a bit beyond just buying and hodling, because anyone who's done that all year is having a hard time. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. But reality is the markets have not been good for holding. So open up that plan B. Look at potential trading. Look at adding trading to your bottom line, because we can go long, we can go short. As long as there's direction, we've got opportunity. And it's a skill that once you got, you've got it for life. It's a bloody good one to have. So, guys, thanks again. Have a good night. I'll speak to you again very soon. Bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Podcast. Check out tradercobb.com because experience matters.